paste special feature gives you the power to decide how much information will be copied and pasted. This means you can decide, for example, to only copy the formats of a cell, or maybe you only want the formula, or maybe only the numbers. It also has a number of other useful features. In this segment, you will learn how to find and activate a feature, and how to use the paste options to save yourself time in your daily work. The best way to explain the paste special command is through an example. Here we have a very small spreadsheet, a number of divisions, and some information relating to sales, cost of sales, gross profit, and GP margin. Normally what people do is they highlight it, they copy it, and then they'll paste it. And what you get is an exact copy of the cells you copied. If we undo this, what happens if you want to copy this section, however you don't want all those colors and borders that have been included? That is where the paste special command comes into play. Again, you highlight the section and you say copy. You click here, you go edit, paste special, and this block will pop up. And it gives you a number of options. At the moment, as you can see, it's clicked on all, which would give you an exact replica of these cells. However, let's say we don't want the colors, we don't want the borders, and in fact we want the formulas to disappear and to give us just a number. If you click on values and you push OK, what you get is the raw information in number format. So you'll see that this 750 was a formula there. Here it's just a number. There are no borders and no coloring. Another example of the benefit of the paste special feature would be, for example, here. Here in this cell we have a comment which we've typed saying sales are based on products sold and services rendered. However, we would like that comment to be included in all these items. This is a small spreadsheet, so you could just type it out. But when it gets longer, it can become very tedious. So what you can do is click on the cell, say edit copy, highlight the other cells, say edit paste special, and you'll see if you look through the section there's one where it says you'll just paste the comments. So if you click on that, you say OK, what you'll see now is that each cell has got the exact same comment in it, but it's a lot easier than typing each one individually. Let's look at the paste special dialog box again and just understand all the options available in this section. All has been explained where everything related to the cell is copied. If you click on formulas, only the formulas will be copied. If you clicked on values, any formula that exists will be changed and only the value will be pasted. If you click on formats, only the format will be pasted. If you look at the comments, only the comments in the copied cells will be pasted. Validation will only paste the data validation sitting behind a cell. If you want, you can copy a section of cells and paste them so that everything except the borders is pasted. You can make sure the column widths are the same, or you can use these options where the formula and number formats are pasted, or the values and number formats are pasted. And this will enable you to paste only the information you want to paste. The paste special feature has another section which provides a number of useful tools. And again, the best way to show what these tools do is to use an example. Let's say you have the sales numbers here and you'd like them all to increase by 10%. If you click in the cells, you'll see that is a number. This is a bit of a formula. That's a number again. And the only real way to do it is to go through each one and up it by 10%. Maybe there's another way. What you can do is in a blank cell somewhere, because we're doing 10%, you type 1.1. You put it in. And what you do is you copy that cell. You highlight the section that you want it to multiply by. You say edit, paste special. And in this operation, what you're going to say is multiply. And what you're basically saying is take this cell and multiply it into these cells. When you click OK, you'll see the numbers all change. They're all 10% up. And the formatting it adopts is the same as this one. So you may need to change the formatting. If you're looking here, that was previously 300. Now it's 330. This one was a formula. And so what Excel does is it types in the multiplied by 1.1. So you can still see what is happening there. And similarly, the same happens with all of these. Very good use for this is where you want to change positive numbers into negative numbers. So here we have cost of sales. At the moment it's been input as a positive number, but maybe you prefer to see it as a negative number to clearly show it's an expense. What you can do is you come to a blank cell, you type in -1, you copy that cell, you highlight the ones you wanted to change, you go paste special, and again in this case we want to multiply it, so you click multiply, you say OK, and immediately all of these will be changed to negative. Now just remember this formula will now be incorrect because it is subtracting that from there, and because we've made a negative it is now incorrect, so you need to go in, change it to a positive, you copy it, and again because you don't want to mess up the various borders, you highlight the cells you want to copy to, you say paste special, and you only want the formula to be pasted, not the format. So you say formulas, click OK, and it's immediately done. If we look at the paste special dialog box again, you can do similar type of things, but where you want to maybe add a number consistently to cells or subtract. We've shown you multiply, or you can even divide. The next feature I want to look at is the skip blanks feature. So for example, let's say this was our spreadsheet, but someone has come up and said, no, I think this one should be 500, that should be 350, this should be 300, and that should be minus 250. Obviously, because the spreadsheet is so small, you could just replace them. But if it gets big enough, you could have a problem. So what you can rather do is you highlight this section, you copy it, you go to this section, you say edit, paste special, and you click skip blanks. And what it's going to do is going to paste this section over here, but wherever there's a blank, it will leave the number that's in there already. So just have a look at the 165 and the 55. When you say OK, you'll see that what has happened is the 500 and the 300 have come through, as they should have, but these two numbers have stayed the same. Another useful feature of the paste special command is the ability to transpose information. So let's say that you decide that this row here, you'd rather have it as a column. What you can do is you say edit, copy, you click in the cell where you want the column to come, you say edit, paste special, and you'll see here there's a transpose button. When you click transpose and you say OK, what it does is it copies that row but puts it down as a column. To see the true power of this feature, we can highlight that whole section, say edit, copy, click here, edit, paste special, and say transpose. When we say OK, this section will be swiveled around so that all the divisions are now sitting in the rows and the descriptions are now sitting in the columns. And just to prove that it works, you can highlight this section again, say edit, copy, come over here, edit, paste special, transpose, and you say OK, and what you'll see is it is exactly the same as the original. Paste link button gives you another way of linking cells. Again, the best way to explain this is with an example. Normally when you link cells, for example, we could say that is equal to area, enter, and then if you wanted to, you could copy it down and across. Another way to do this is you can highlight the section you want it to refer to, you copy it, click where it must be linked. You say edit, paste special, paste link. And what you'll see is if you click here, all these cells now refer directly to the original cell. And this is a nice quick way to link cells without having to copy, paste, and then drag it across. By understanding all the options and features of the paste special feature, you will find that you save yourself significant time during the day, which should make your working life easier.